In this week's program, North Central Fisheries Supervisor Dave Fryda talks water levels, talks fish populations, and a walleye tagging project happening in the North Central District. I'm Mike Anderson with the North Dakota Game and Fish Department.
Everything looks really good. We don't really have any concerns at all compared to last couple winters. You know, we had a few concerns, and especially the winter of 23, but no, everything looks really good. If you look at the drought monitor across the state, the North Central District's kind of split between drought and non-drought, east to west. But the issue is, in general, our water levels are okay, they're not great. The water levels, like northeast of Riverdale and north for a ways, those water levels never really recovered after that tough winter of 23. We were pretty low. We didn't get much runoff, even though we had a lot of significant winter kills. So some of those lakes that we lost back then just haven't really gained enough water to come back. They were marginal lakes, but they produced a good fishery at the time. Where we did see an improvement was the Turtle Mountain lakes really improve this year, and we'll be able to bring at least one more of those lakes on that we had to walk away from due to low water, but we'll be back managing that. Yeah, Lake Audubon is, you know, a very popular fishery, winter and summer. It's got walleye population has been down a little bit the last few years. Angling's been a little tough the last couple of years. We are seeing some pretty big year class coming up. We've increased stocking. We're looking at bringing that walleye population back up. So we're kind of in a rebuilding stage on the walleye. The smallmouth fishery is phenomenal on Audubon. Lots of fish, high quality fish. The muskie fishery has come a long ways. It's got a very good muskie population. Walleyes are definitely the bright spot on our district lakes, pretty much district wide. We have a lot of great quality walleye lakes, many that weren't there 20 years ago. They're relatively new, all the way from, you know, the length of the district. We did lose a few of them in the winter of 23 that we restocked, and they'll be back online within a year or two. They got strong year classes established. Northern pike in the North Central District are kind of struggling, quite honestly. We don't have much for great pike fisheries anymore. We've been down, going back to the water levels we talked about. We just haven't seen a resurgence, and we lost in the winter of 23, we lost almost all of our good pike lakes at the time. The Crookeds, the Brush, a lot of those lakes were very good pike fisheries, and we lost those. So we're in a recovering phase on those. So in general, things aren't the greatest for pike right now. Our perch populations, we have lakes with some fairly high density perch. Where we're lacking is a quality perch fishery. In a lot of places we have a few fisheries with high quality perch, but the very low numbers. The other thing in the district is, of course, we have Nelson Lake, which is a year-round open water fishery, power plant lake, and it's, you know, it's always the best bass fishery, largemouth bass fishery in the state. Other fisheries for bass, smallmouth especially, the entire McCluskey Canal system down through the chain of lakes, East Park, West Park, Heckers, New Johns, all of that system has high quality smallmouth bass fishery. Last year we had a walleye tagging study at Coal Lake. It's about a 300-acre lake, and we tagged just under 1,000 walleyes, and our tagging came back, and we had a good bite year. It was a good year. It came back. We had about 35% exploitation on walleyes, which isn't overly excessive and for a small lake with a good bite. And it's also a fishery where it's always the potential for a winter kill, 1 year away, maybe 2 years away, 3. So anglers were utilizing them, and it worked out well. This year we're going to be doing another tagging study. We will be doing Davis WPA, kind of in that good rich country, and we'll be targeting again. We'll be looking to tag about 1,000 walleyes in there. There's a lot of opportunities out there, especially as I mentioned, the walleye, bass fisheries. Those things are excellent opportunities throughout the district. Anglers should have a good summer. It's all weather dependent, like every year is in North Dakota. If last summer we started out cool and wet, and it was a slow start to the summer, but we'll see what the weather brings.